Diversity. Are you diverse? I'm diverse. The whole country is diverse. We're working and we're living in a diverse culture. The work culture in the United States is based and founded on diversity. And we in the solar industry key and work on a work system that's full and rich with diversity. My name is Tim Harris, and I'm with HyghViz Safety Professionals in partnership with the Center for Energy Education right here in the lovely city of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. And we're talking about diversity today in the solar industry. Here at the Center for Energy Education, we responsible for teaching the safety aspect of working in the solar industry, and the center brings in the construction side of things and teach and train solely and based on the workplace and the workforce in the solar industry. And they do a good job at it. But diversity is very important. We're gonna talk about high performance work systems. High performance work systems reflect on shared information, knowledge development, performance and rewards, and this big word that we're going to say, egalitarianism. And that's basically that everybody is equal in the workplace. And it's based on our Constitution, what the American workforce and the American culture is supposed to be about. And we're going to talk about that. But first, let's look at the broad base of the solar industry and how it works. Right here in North Carolina, at any given time, when we have a solar project, any company have a solar project, we're going to see people from Florida come in, subcontractors. The owners get together, they hire the general contractors and to perform and to build the solar farm. Well, the general contractors might not be able, and usually is not able to do the power driving. So they hire a power driving subcontractor to come in. They might not be able to perform the assembly of the solar farm. So they hire a contractor, subcontractor to come in and do the assembly, and so forth and so on. So we have a diverse culture when it comes down to coming from different parts of the country. Hey, right now, I've seen people as far as California working right here in North Carolina on a solar farm, and they bring in the California culture over here to the East Coast. That's very important because we know, hey, the East and the West Coast right here in the United States sometimes can appear to be light years away, but we are, and we are part of a diverse culture and a diverse work system here in the United States. The works and a high performance work system must be diverse here in the United States, because in order for everything to work, in order for the manufacturing, the distribution, the assembly of the solar farm, and also the operations and maintenance of the solar farm, there is a diverse work culture, and diversity goes across age lines, and also the number of years that people been working in the construction industry as a whole. You got people that never worked in construction a day in their life, show up on the solar farm the first day and be orientated on the safety briefing in the solar farm. Now, that's a mixture of people that's been in solar and been in construction for 1 or 2 years, 3, 4, 5 years. And there's a mixture of people that's been there a little bit longer. And each group of people that's been working or not been working in it, they're blended together, and you have a diverse workforce all over again. And you have some human error factors in there as well. There's a human error factor that comes along with the work system and the performance when a human being must put something together and to make it work. And here we are coming with our diverse cultures. different age groups, different experience times, and involved in it. So we bring in this diversity, and we're bringing all of these things that's dealing with human performance involved in it. We got to share information. There is no success with diversity if there is no shared information. I can't learn if we don't communicate. The power drivers must communicate with the assembly workers and their supervisors and their general foremans and the regular foremans. There must be a communication. There must be an order that goes out on the solar farm for it to work. But therefore, there's no part of the diversity that can be afforded to be rejected. In other words, we got people coming from Florida coming down here, and a lot of them are on the solar farm with residents of North Carolina. We can't say in North Carolina, hey, we can't work together because you're from Florida. Or we can't get people from California to come in and to do our QA or our quality control because they are from California. No, we have to accept the diversity, and we have to work together and communicate, and we have to share communication. And high performance work systems only work and only succeed when there is a sharing of information, and therefore we can succeed. And there's another aspect of it: knowledge development and the solar farm. When I first went into the solar industry, and I said this before on one of my videos, but when I first came into the solar industry, it took some time to build a solar farm, as you see in the background. It took some time because mostly all of the conduits and the electricity part of it was done underground. And they had a lot of excavation going on. There was a lot of stitches on site. But now there is an exclusion of a lot of ditches and excavation that has been taking place because the conduits now, a lot is above ground and right up under the solar panels. So the diversity, also the knowledge development goes in innovation of systems. Systems change. Systems changes, and it's necessary that systems change, because if systems do not change, there is no innovation, there is no increase in performance, and there is no increase in efficiency. And we got this thing within the solar world. We want the solar farm to produce more than it did the last time that we built it. So we have an efficiency percentage that each panel can produce. But the human factor, the diversity, plays a part in this. So if there is no knowledge development, which takes, and there is a factor and the element of diversity, because we got engineers. And this is another part of the diversity that we have. Different professions. I am a graduate safety practitioner with the Board of Certified Safety Professionals. But that's not going to do the electricians any good when they're wanting to build and put those panels and connect them together, until I come in and I'm helping them with the safety aspect part of it. So they can't say to me, oh, we don't need the safety guy. We know our job. No, the diversity is that electricians need civil engineering. They also need the construction manager. They also need the general laborers that's coming in doing sometime getting less paid, but we still need them. The diversity also dealing with pay grade also relates and reflects experience and level of knowledge. The knowledge development is very important. We need, in the military, I remember that was one thing that we used to say, hey, we've been here as enlisted men, and we know more than the officers do. We don't need them. They come and telling us our job and trying to dictate to our job, but hey, we need those officers. Let's face it. We need people in leadership making decisions. There is diversity again. And in order for a work system to really succeed and there be a high performance work system, there must be knowledge development. Because there's some things that, hey, those authors understood that I didn't understand, even though I might have that experience. They knew. So by me knowing that now, I can more accept that diversity of the upper level management and the lower level management. You need them both. You need the construction manager. You also need the foreman. So that within itself, that there is a diversity within experience in the human factor. So this thing with diversity, you see where I'm going? It goes beyond culture. It goes beyond demographic location and where we're from, because we can get stuck on that here. Oh, you're from the East Coast and I'm from the West. We got beef. But we need to put that aside if we want to be a high performance work system and want to succeed in the workplace and building, and we got to communicate, share information. We have to have a development of knowledge and being innovative and creative, and allow that, because some individuals are very creative. Right now, there is a part of the solar farm that connects those panels together. They usually, if you look out there, they're side by side. And there's this chalice that was made and sit between them, if I can say the word correctly and what is used. But it fits in between it, and it holds the panels together. That brought the efficiency and the safety of that particular system, just because an individual thought of putting a part in there that bridges the gap between them and holds them together. Now, that brings the efficiency. When wind blows just a little bit more, now they can stay together. But that's where innovation, shared knowledge, and and shared information and knowledge development comes in. A high performance work system has got to be it. And then in any high performance work system with the element of diversity involved in it, there must be performance and rewards. Rewarding performance. And that's what diversity, because diversity deals with the human factor, it also deals with work systems and shared information and knowledge development. There must be a part where, hey, it's natural to look back at a job well done and say, hey, that looks good. And it's okay to pat yourself on the back. Whoever said that was vain, to pat yourself on the back, phooey. It's okay to say and look back and say, I did the job well, the job looks good, it's safely done, and that's a part of diversity. So we're bringing all of this is in the mix. And so that the last part that I want to talk about that's dealing with diversity, the diversity factor, and a high performance work systems. And remember that work systems not only deals with the human factor in people, mechanical systems, and also you're dealing with processes as well. That's a part of diversity as well. Diversity deals with variety. And a lot of times we get caught up and hung up on the thought, the dominant thought in society, instead of looking in depth into the word and into what's going on here. Egalitarianism is the idea that's written in our Constitution. You gotta love it. It says that all men are created equal. And a little bit more than that, it says that, but that's pretty much the gist of it. But it says that when people get together in a diverse situation, and the goal is here to build a solar farm, to construct a building, to work on construction on the road, that there must be an equal opportunity for everyone. And not only that, an equal treatment of everyone. And that's what it's about. And that's what our systems entail. It is just that. And remember that we are here on a solar farm, and we are here to make this system work, and we can do it if we embrace diversity. we can perform at a high level when we take diversity instead of separating it, connect the dots and connect the parts and connect the lines that extends from a diverse situation. One thing, and the last thing that I would like to talk about is when that work system breaks down. Usually, when a work system breaks down, there's a lot of ways to tackle it. And when you're dealing with diversity, we just talked about the number of parts that we're dealing with, and it's a number of things that comes into place when you're dealing with diversity. So, and that's in all work systems. If one part or one section of that fails, then they all fails. And we usually do what you call a failure mode critical analysis on that. And this is where we take, if one part fails, the whole system fails. Now we got to go find out where that one part failed. And that's how everybody is important in the whole work system. And this big diverse soup that we have in the United States is all important if we're going to continue to succeed in a diverse workforce, solar farm, construction, or whatever. And that's what we need to do. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. And again, thank you for being a part of this diverse soup.